Okay, first of all, good evening, friends. Okay, so today is not a very great evening, or to be very frank, to be बहुत अच्छा दिन नहीं है. Lot of bad news coming in. Coronavirus cases have spiked up. A very good actor, Sushant Singh Rajput, has committed suicide, and lot of things happening around us. Everything is sadistic in nature. सब कुछ खराब चल रहा है globally. So uh, what I would say here is not a very happy moment, where you would enjoy, okay, or you would be happy about, or enjoy, or try to, what I would say, cherish such moments, okay. Now, coming to a question which many of you have been asking me, or I have seen you struggling with, uh, is regarding not being in control of the trades, and I digged in a more, I studied it a more, and I found out that this thing is in human nature, which is not allowing us, to get out of it. So let's I've tried to come up with some extract and some learning material, and believe you me, guys, whatever I'm sharing you is coming from very reliable sources. It's research based, and I would try to explain you how you think and how it's actually wrong. Okay. Now there is something called as gambler's fallacy. Okay. Gambler's fallacy is a concept where how as a trader we get into a behavior called as the gambler mindset. So we come up with that gambler mindset. Let's try to understand what this gambler fallacy is, and what are the things, or how do you get entrapped in this, or how do you start thinking like a gambler when things don't go out in your favor. Okay. Now, guys, before we get into the डिटेल्स ऑफ दी, मैं आपको कसिनो के बारे में बताता हूँ. ओके, इफ यू हैव एवर बीन टू अ कसिनो, और इफ यू हैव एवर बीन टू अ प्लेस which is similar to a casino or a gaming zone, you would always see lights flashing around you. There would be some music, which is done, to you, to influence you in a way that you don't think much at that point of time. You don't get a silence there, so that you can sit back and relax and give your mind time to think. So that is how it is designed. The casinos are designed with flashy lights, lot of blinking things happening. There would be good music playing, very, which gives you that excitement, or the adrenaline rush that you need to go on, keep going, and you will recover. You can do great. And so the casinos are designed in a way that they influence your mind, to not take the same decisions. What I mean here is the decisions that you would normally undertake. That is what happens when we are trading. You see the green candle, red candle continuously moving. You're listening to the news, you're listening to the chat group, you're listening to me, you're listening to anyone. So you're also watching out for some news, you're following Twitter handles. So you do not have that thing, that is control on your mind. You lose it out. And when you settle at the end of the day, when the market closes, and when you see the P&L statement, and then you start realizing, I should have not done this, I should have not done that, मैंने ये नहीं किया होता तो अच्छा होता, मैंने वो नहीं किया होता तो अच्छा होता. So these are some things which think about later. So the casinos, the stock markets, and all of these things, I'm not comparing stock markets directly with the casinos, but at the end, if you see, you end up paying the brokerage, the brokers get the money, the stock exchange gets the clearing money. Okay. And everyone gets the share of the pie, excluding you, okay, if you are losing in the market, right? So let's try to understand some of the problems or the mindset which many people are struggling with. Okay. So the gambler's fallacy is like, first thing you need to understand that market is not deterministic in behavior. मतलब उसका क्या है कि ये नहीं है कि ऐसा हुआ तो ये उसके बाद ऐसा ही होगा. So what you think, that if you have lost for the 5 times, so if you lose, so the probability that you would win this time is high. This is what your mind tells you, क्योंकि मैंने इतना लॉस खाया है तो I would recover this time. But that is not how market works. Okay. You think that my chances of winning would be higher than the average, because I have seen multiple losses in the last five trades. Market was going down, 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 and you thought that now the bottom has made, and you enter, and again it goes starts going down. So that is not how market is designed. It will never be deterministic in nature. Neither does the market know whether ABC or Vinay has made five losses or four losses. It just behaves in a random manner. You have to accept that fact. Then market is purely random in behavior, right? So ये चीज हमको समझना है that even if you lose five times, it's not ensured that you would be getting the opportunity for the sixth time. ठीक है? So this is one of the problems that people face. Okay, the other one is which happened with me, I think, on Friday. After series of wins, not a single loss in last 3 4 weeks, and I was in very high confidence, and became unrealistic also. Even though my setup was saying above 9,760, it was a buy signal, but the mind was not giving me the confidence that that yes, market can recover this much. So I played this thing very overconfidently. I would say I was very overconfident that selling selling would emerge, and that is how I got punished. So if you see, what is the problem with the hot hand fallacy, or the this gambler mindset? If you're winning continuously for five times, you start thinking that my chances of winning are again higher than the other people. Okay, I was of the very overconfident mind that I would surely recover this time also, or end up with good profits by the end of the day. But that did not happen, and eventually I had to stop at 33,000 loss. So that is called as hot hand fallacy, that you become overconfident, or you think if you have made a lot of profitable trades, and you take trades. Now here what happens when in the trading world? Okay, this is what happens in the gambling field. And now in trading, what happens is, suppose you had five good trades in a day, and if your average profit target was 5,000, but you get like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, you tend to take risks. Okay, because you think like, I'm on a fire today and I'm on a winning streak. And that is how gambler mindset comes into you, and you start taking trades. Now from 20,000 profits, if the profit comes down to 15,000, you start thinking, I still have 15,000. Now this 15,000 starts again going down 10,000. You again think, अरे अभी 10,000 बचा, I can recover it. You keep on trading, you over trade it, and you lose it. So this is another sign of the gambler's mindset, guys. So keep this thing in mind. Okay. Other thing which is also observed is called as near miss fallacy. So stock market will always tend to tell you that आपने थोड़े से ही मिस हो गया, you missed it by just a fraction of a second, और आपका एंट्री थोड़ा सा गलत हो गया, otherwise you would have made super duper profit. So this is the near miss fallacy, or the gambler's mindset. So if you bet on the eighth, if you see in this image, if you see, you bet it on the eighth, uh, but the roulette stopped at the 19th. So you think, oh, I missed it very closely, but it was a completely random behavior, and the probability still remains the same. So you need to understand, even if you miss out on of the opportunity, don't get carried away by the fear of missing out. FOMO we call it. Wait for the setup, understand the market condition. Okay. And I also shared a video with you very recently about the gambler's mindset, how the expert gamblers behave. Always keep this thing in mind: the markets will remain forever, there will be better opportunities next day. But if you wipe out your entire capital, even if there is 100% opportunity, you will still not get the chance, guys. So that is where the crux is. जब lose करो, you lose small. When you make big. This is the bottom line. This is where you have to draw that line, that you have to stop at this point of time and not go on trading. Okay, the gambler's mind will always play with you. नहीं नहीं, you will start recovering, you need to do this, you need to do that. This will come to your mind, but you as a trader have to understand that no, this may or may not happen. So that is why it is very very important to understand. What I would say is, the fact that you know you just don't tend to realize it, that you've been going wrong. Other thing is, which I always say, guys. So if you see here, this is the actual scenario, the number of wins and the number of losses that you have. Okay, so this is called as selective recall and biased memories. Your memory gets biased. This is one of the signs of a gambler mindset. He will always remember the winning trades. Okay, he remembers the winning trades, but he tends to forget the losses. This is the actual scenario, but you remember only this part. So that is why, guys, come out of this gambler's mindset. understand your mind, how the mind works, how the how your thought process is working, and only take the risk that you can digest. Don't just lose your hard-earned money. So that is what I want you to know, understand, and take a firm stand, right? So this is the only way out of the game. If you want to stay in the game long, you have to follow the rules of the game. If you don't, I can assure you that you may suffer a lot. You will be going through a lot of breakdowns, and that is what we want to avoid. Okay. Now coming to the points, how to understand this, or how to control over your mind. Keeping a control on your mind is one of the most difficult thing, with so many distractions around us, with so many noises around us. The attention span is really really short these days. You cannot even focus for 5 minutes on a particular topic or a thing. That is the level of distractions. You start getting notification, you start getting messages. So in order to understand the mind, sorry, or have a control over the mind, the one thing that has really made a difference in my personal life is meditation. And that is what I've been telling you. Start meditating, start increasing the oxygen level in your body. You will have clarity of thought, there will be lesser noises, and you would make more decisions which are you know no, not like involuntarily, or there is a word called as being impatient, or there is very beautiful word which I am failing to recall right now. But these decisions would be sane enough, backed by data, and you have all your risks managed. So that is how you take the trades in a way where you know what you're doing, right? So this is the very important aspect. You should not neglect it. Get out of this gambler's mindset. This is the only way to succeed in the stock market, guys. And if you're going through any mental trauma or pressure, feel free to reach out to me. I have been interacting with so many people, trying to help them in different ways I can. But if you're struggling, feel free to reach out to me. I will try my level best to guide you in whatever way I can. Okay. So all the best for tomorrow, but focus on these aspects also, and try to always assess where you've been going wrong, how to fix it, and what is your problem. Okay. Everyone has some unique problem. You have to identify the problem. Once you identify the problem, the 90% of the job is done. The 10% is fixing that problem. Okay. With that, I would like to end this video. Keep watching, keep growing, take care of yourself and your loved ones in this crisis, and stay safe. Thank you.